Welcome back, dear viewers. And in this segment of our program, we will talk about the 55th Cairo International Book Fair, which is currently being held from the 24th of January till the 6th of February. The International Book Fair attracts 1,200 publishers and 5,250 exhibitors from 70 countries and regions. And to know more about the 55th Cairo International Book Fair, we are joined over the phone by Dr. Mariam Waheed. She is a writer and also one of the participants in the book fair this year. Good afternoon, Dr. Mariam.
Good afternoon.
So first of all, what is the most distinctive about this year's book fair, especially that it is the 55th?
This Cairo International Book Fair is held under the slogan "Creating Knowledge, Preserving the World."
Yes.
And it's a very important event held annually in Cairo. It's also held in a very nice place the past few years. It's more spacious and better equipped. And it hosts a lot of visitors, and this year also there are more and more visitors, more than any other year. Also, Norway is the guest of honor this year at the Cairo International Book Fair. Also, there are a lot of participants from different countries, not only Egyptians. You can see, even if you go there, that there are a lot of foreigners, a lot of from different Arab countries and from all over the world. There are a lot of publishers, either private or public book publishing houses. So this means that it's more attractive this year. It's also, there are a lot of new books that were recently published. So this makes it also a place for different cultural events as well, like different cultural salons, also book signing events.
Yes. Dr. Mariam, also, if we talk about this year's book fair, what are some of the important events or seminars that are held on the sidelines of the book fair this year? And how do you think these seminars can help bridge cultural gaps?
There are a lot of also new, besides events, there are a lot of new titles. For example, if you talk about the General Authority for Cultural Palaces, it's also is very keen each year to it's one of the most important publishing houses in Egypt. It's also creating or giving a space for more of new writers in writing in different fields, like in cinema, theater, music, literature, folk arts. So it's a very important publishing house. And also there are a lot of private publishing houses, and there are lots of events, either, for example, the book signing events for new authors, and also for the well-known authors.
Yes, Dr. Mariam, also, can you tell us more about the slogan this year, which is creating knowledge, preserving the world? What is the message behind this slogan?
The message behind this slogan is trying to disseminate knowledge along, not only that it's a space for only disseminating knowledge for all classes in society, the masses, to enrich culture. Of course, that there are a lot of cultural topics, literary books, novels, so disseminating knowledge in all fields, in politics, in culture, in arts, in also scientific knowledge and natural sciences. Also, there are a lot of books for children, and this makes it also attractive for children. So when you see pictures from different events taking place right now at the Cairo International Book Fair, you'll see a lot of children also. They love to go with their parents. Even they can go with their colleagues. They enjoy this outing at the end of the semester because it comes usually each year at the end of the academic year in Egypt. So it's always a space for youth to go and to enjoy knowledge, and it's a space also where they can find all kinds of books, not only in a specific field of knowledge.
So, Dr. Mariam, if we talk about your book, which is currently displayed in the book fair, can you tell us some more about this book and the main ideas that you presented in it?
My book is entitled Egyptian or Political Discourse in Egyptian Cinema, and it is published by the General Authority for Cultural Palaces. It was recently published just before the Cairo International Book Fair, so it was the first time where this book is seen by the public, and it's mainly the book about Egyptian cinema in the period from 1961 till 1981. It reflects how filmmakers had their vision of the political scene. They wanted to present a political discourse and their political ideas and political vision through this film as an audiovisual medium, different from other mediums. So this audiovisual medium is very attractive to the public. Cinema has a lot of features that makes it more and more attractive to people and more influential. Cinema is an audiovisual medium where it's not only a message, like a visual message, and it's not only an audio message, it's a reflection of the interplay of the different modes, like the visuals and the audio. Cinema from the period in 1961 till 1981, we saw a lot of political movies in Egypt. In the period from 1961 till 1970, the period of President Nasser, cinema was very influential, and it was a key political discourse. We saw a lot of political movies like Cairo 30, like Al Haram movie. We saw also the role of the National Organization for Egyptian Cinema. So we saw that there was an important role of cinema of the national organizations in Egypt in the production of film. Also, in the period of President Sadat, also there was a lot of movies that were reflecting what was happening in the political scene. And there's a movie called Cream of the Crop, Ahl al-Qimma. There are other movies that were very famous, also political movies during that period from 1961 till 1981, like The Land. So I'm trying to highlight those movies and also discuss what were their political messages through analyzing some of the cinematic details that the filmmakers tried to highlight in their movies.
So what are the criteria on which you chose these 14 films?
I chose those 14 movies based on that their important or the main plot or the main message or premise inside this movie was social justice, because I was focusing on the value of social justice. So I chose those 14 movies based on this. Also that they're tackling social justice not only in rural areas in Egypt or in urban areas, trying to mix between focusing on the rural areas and the urban areas. Also discussing social justice in different classes in society, talking about peasants, talking about workers, talking about businessmen, talking about university professors. So I tried to also make a lot of interviews with filmmakers and film critics and also political science academics to choose those 14 movies and to make sure that they cover this spectrum and they cover all the topics that I wanted to discuss in this period.
And what is the message behind your book, the message you want to deliver?
The main message behind the book is that the political discourse is not necessarily a discourse that is done only like in textbooks, like political books or political discourses by politicians, but sometimes political messages are sent through other kinds of discourses. So these are new discourses that were not studied before thoroughly. So that was the message behind the movie. So how to pinpoint the message in the movies and to use a new methodology, not only talking about the text or what the actors were saying in the movie, but also how the image itself and the audio inside the movie reflects this political message through, for example, the camera angles used, through the lighting, through the symbols even used.
Yes, Dr. Mariam, also Norway being the guest of honor is a notable choice this year. How does the Cairo International Book Fair foster the cultural exchange and understanding by featuring a guest of honor from a different country?
It's very important that you have this year Norway, so we're speaking about Scandinavian countries. They have a lot of highly developed nations. They have a lot of books and new books that are widely read around the world. So it's very nice that they are also disseminated to the Arab visitors, to the Cairo International Book Fair, and to Egyptians, of course. So this is very interesting this year. And 2 years ago, for example, we had Greece as a guest of honor. And also, if you have a look at the different parts and different halls inside the Cairo International Book Fair, you'll find a lot of Arab countries. For example, you'll find a booth for United Arab Emirates, for Palestine. So this also fosters a lot of important exchange with a lot of countries, and it's very important, this cultural interaction and dialogue between nations.
And one final question, in what ways does the book fair support the local authors and publishers? How does it contribute to the growth of the publishing industry in Egypt?
It's a very important gathering place where publishers engage with the writers, with the readers of different books. So it's a very important cultural place, and each year, especially the different publishing houses are very keen to make sure that they are present in the Cairo International Book Fair. And you can find like few other events taking place at that time, because they invest a lot in this fair each year. This contributes a lot to building knowledge, and also it's a place for increasing and the audience also for their different publications.
Yes, finally, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Mariam Waheed, writer and one of the participants in the 55th International Book Fair here in Egypt, in Cairo. I'd like to thank you. And by that, we come to the end of today's edition of Cairo Local Time. Thank you for watching.